It is the last thing you'd expect in small-town Canada. A mass shooting at the local high school in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Here students run for cover after a terrifying 2-hour ordeal. Classroom doors barricaded with desks and chairs and bookshelves. 6 people were killed at the secondary school in Tumbler Ridge. The bodies of 5 were discovered in the library. Another was found in the stairwell. The majority were children. The body of the shooter was also found with self-inflicted wounds.
We understand the community has questions, and we understand they want to know the motive behind this tragic incident. We do believe the suspect acted alone, and there are currently no other outstanding suspects.
The police said the suspect was an 18-year-old school dropout called Jessie Van Rootselaar. She was a transgender woman beginning her transition 6 years ago. Before Van Rootselaar entered the high school, she killed her mother and her stepbrother at the family home.
So a crazy, massive shooting in a small town in British Columbia. 18-year-old transgender kills 9 people. Terrible, terrible time in British Columbia. It was an 18-year-old transgender that had a history of mental health issues. And they had a history of multiple visits to their private residence by police, confiscating guns, and doing mental health assessments. We need to start protecting our kids. We need to start protecting our kids. We need to start having an attitude as if these schools are in low-income neighborhoods and start fortifying these schools to protect kids in events like this. These schools need to start having metal detectors and on-staff police every single day. That's what I grew up with, and that's the reason why my schools didn't have these type of incidences. We have to wake up. We have too many school districts, too many people thinking, oh, I live in a neighborhood of a certain type of people. This will never happen to us. But these school shootings only happen in areas like this. You guys got to stop living in fantasy land and stop thinking that this won't happen to you. Because when we look at a lot of these shootings, it happens in neighborhoods that don't think this can happen. Transgender, mental health issues plus guns. What do you think that person has the ability to do? This. You can say what you want to say. You have the assumption. What do you think about a person that's being a transgender, that's transitioning from a male to a female, that have history of mental health issues and already had a history of police coming to their house and taking guns? What do you think that person is thinking? Do you think that person is stable? Do you think that the police probably should have never let them have their guns back? The police failed. The police failed this city. We have them on record, mental health issues, they have guns. Maybe we shouldn't let them have their guns. Maybe we should pay extra attention. You know what? They live down the street from the school. Let's make sure this school got extra security. We have to start protecting our kids. We have schools and superintendents making bloated budgets. We have people using the government money for things that they shouldn't, but they fail to use that money for securing our kids. No way any type of school shooting should be happening, especially when you see them happening more frequently. Everybody has to keep their antennas up, especially the neighborhoods that are known to say, this won't happen to us. We have to wake up. We have to understand that this world is different. These people are different. There's people that are transgenders. There's people that's playing with their sexes. There's people that's taking drugs, that's messing with their medication, that's making them loopy, they may be getting bullied for who they're trying to be. Who knows what this person has going through their head? But obviously this person wasn't stable. We got to wake up. Things like this can happen in America. It can happen in Canada. It can happen in Mexico. But parents, school districts, you have to stop living in a fantasy land. Head on the swivel. Always understand and know your P's and Q's because you just never know. You never know what makes a person just do this. The world is different, but we have to start acting accordingly. The first thing that all the schools should be doing, not just in certain neighborhoods, not just where there's only black people or Latinos that are the majority that you guys are scared of. All the schools should have metal detectors and police on staff. Because these things only happen when these schools don't have that. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Police had attended that residence on multiple occasions over the past several years, dealing with concerns of mental health with respect to our suspect. I can say that on different occasions, the suspect was apprehended for assessment and follow-up.
So apprehended under the Mental Health Act?
Yes.
Canadians
The suspect has a history of mental health issues. The suspect has a history or is known to be a transgender person going through things. You guys think that people that are transitioning are not a little messed up in their mind? You don't know what they doing to transition. You don't know what they taking. You don't know what they dealing with. You don't know where their mental might be a little bit different if they think that I'm really a girl and not a man. Don't you think something's a little bit off already just from that? We got to start saying this. Those people got a history over there. We got to keep our eye on them. We got to keep our eye on them. We got to have a patrol. We just got to keep our eye on them. And then, you know, that school up the street, fortify it. Because we done come over here too many times. We got to go ahead and make sure that we and everybody will be alive and safe. That's the job of the police. That's the job of the school district. That's the job of the government. You have to work together. And the most important thing should be protecting the women and protecting the kids. Protecting the woman and protecting the kids. That's what it has to be. That's exactly what it has to be.
shooting incidents with their neighbours to the south, and the country's prime minister appeared visibly moved.
We will get through this. We will learn from this. But right now, it's a time to come together, as Canadians always do, in these situations, these terrible situations, to support each other, to mourn together, and to grow together.
Members of the local police detachment were quick to the scene, arriving 2 minutes after the first call, but they didn't prevent this tragedy. They later removed a rifle and a handgun from the school.
What this tells you is this. We got to stop living in fantasy land. We got to stop thinking that, oh, we live in a neighborhood, everybody's cool, nobody would do that. Those days are over, bro. Those days are over. We got to be like, you know what? Protect the kids and women at all costs. Make sure the schools is safe. Make sure our babies, we don't have to worry about our babies being in school and something like this can happen. We got to make sure that money gets put up for security. The school should be the safest place for these kids. When right now, they actually aren't. We got to wake up. This is an alarm for everybody. This is an alarm for all the school districts. You guys got to start beefing up the security. You guys that's living in these areas thinking that this won't happen, you're wrong. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, we keep this thing rock, keep it going. Make sure you hit the notification bell to see all of the new videos that continue to come out. I appreciate you guys' support. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. No Filter Morning Show. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.